To mount the blank, found the centre, kind of, it's unstable, it's going to be wobbling a little bit, but this is a combination. It's got a ridge on it, it's got a tenon on it, and it used to be a worm, like a grub screw on it as well, but I prefer to take the grub screw out of it, and 'cause I don't trust them, to be honest, and use 3 screws. These are 1.5 eighths, number 8's 1.5 long. There's 3 of them, so there should be plenty enough there. There's no major splits as such. There's a little bit of rot there, but that ends before you get tough wood. And then on the chuck, there's the recess on the inside, so I expand those, and then it's going to be a compression hold on the faceplate. So I'll get it mounted. Sorry, the video ran out there because the card ran out of space. But yeah, the dust can be very toxic, or is very toxic. It's you. Dust is bad enough as it is, but this is a different brand of dangerous. So I'm going to stick a mask on as well. Hopefully I should be alive by the end of it. If I don't have any big chunks blast off. But yeah, I'm going to set up, I'm going to get the bowl gouge and round it off. Should be fun. Right, this mask is not perfect, but it's the best that I can afford at the moment. It's got filters on it. I've got beard, so the seal isn't perfect, but for the price, from Screwfix, it is pretty good. It's got a decent seal all the way around, a half decent one. It's not a full face shield though. So it's not a full face shield, so that's something that I am saving up for. That I desperately want. Locking everything down. Let's go. Well, that was lucky that went too fast. Right, I could get it to about 300. That's weird. That seems to be very close there, but I've got the chisel a hell of a long way out before it's actually hitting. I've sharpened the blade. I'm swapping out as well. The mask was fogging up the glasses, but at this point it's big chips that are coming off, it's not dust, so it's wiser to wear the glasses rather than the mask, is it not? if you can see from that angle, but my head is to the right of all that lot, so if it's going to chip out, it's going to go over my left shoulder. I don't really want to be in the line of fire when I haven't got a full face mask. Right, I've sharpened it up a bit. Forgot to press record. I've got the edge down a little bit further. I'll not do that, eh? Starting to look a bit more bowl shaped. Still got a lot to take off, but it's going a little bit better. If you do decide to do anything like this, if you haven't done anything like this before, like me, it's only really the second time I've done something this size. You have the chisel 45 degrees down, 45 degrees to your right, and turn it 45 degrees that way as well. So when the wood comes round, it's being sliced. You hold that edge, as this end, as tight as you can, down to your hip. And literally, if you imagine it level, in line with the banjo, 45 degree down, 45 degree to the right, and 45 degrees towards you. Watch out for your hand, because if it's smooth cuts, all the sawdust coming off is red hot, or it can get red hot, so it could end up burning the left hand side of your hand. So always wear a glove when it gets to that point. Gorgeous wood. I'm nearly there, to be honest. Round for bottom half of the bowl anyway. Slowly but surely creeping up. This is about 475 RPM. Always remember to keep your mouth shut. Right, that's about it. Bottom half of the bowl anyway. The good thing about doing that, what I find, I've started doing that quite often when I've got square blanks or rectangular blanks. Do the bottom half first, get that roughed out, and when you come to the top half, you know exactly how far you're going down. But obviously, your left hand, watch it when you're coming around like that, because if you've got a rough edge, it's going to come round and clatter the side of your hand. So, probably better to do it underhanded and pulling towards you that way, as opposed to like that. See? I'm teaching myself and all. To be honest, I don't think I'm teaching anyone, but one can hope. One can hope this video isn't completely pointless. It will be if I smash it to pieces. Yeah, lock it down. Might not be that much of a problem actually. I'm going to get rid of that void. I'm going to go deeper. Got a split that's appeared just there. So kill two birds with one stone. Get that bit. It's just going to have to be a shallower bowl. Shallower shallower than what I wanted. I can have a deeper tenon as well. Right, I'm sorry, it's the following morning, because we're at night. The battery ran out on the camera yesterday. I haven't done much more. I've done a fair bit more, but I've reversed it round. I think I've got, on second thoughts, I'm going to reverse it back round again. I've done a little bit more shaping because it was a bit more sharp, weren't it? So I did a bit of shaping. Now what's happened is that crack is a lot more severe than what it looks like from the outside. When it was obviously the other way round with the faceplate on, I was trying to get the edge really smooth with a negative rate scraper. There's a section about this level and that level where I could not get rid of ridges. It's an impossibility. I was going around dead smooth sharpening ever so carefully, and it was just the ridges were there and I couldn't get rid of them, even though shavings of wood were coming off. And the thing that I was thinking was happening, this section here where you can see this crack here, it's actually that loose that it was wobbling ever so slightly. So obviously when it comes round, centrifugal force, it's trying to pop out, and then when it contacts the chisel's pushing it in, and then when that section comes off the chisel, it's coming back out again, so it's wobbling ever so slightly, like a fraction of a millimetre. And that ridge there, look, could not get rid of it. So what I've done is, I gave up, I poured some CA glue, thin CA, and I went to medium CA. So that big blob of CA there, I started off at one side, doing one side, and I thought, right, I'll turn it round now. Got to the other side, it was already done. And the reason why is it's going all the way through. It's going all the way through that crack, all the way to the other side, so that's completely hollow. Well, I say hollow. That is one section on its own. So, from now on, I don't really want to spin that too fast, in case that whole chunk comes off. So I was thinking about it overnight, because I drive a truck for a living. I have plenty of time to think about it, because I've done nearly a 10-hour drive. I'm going to reverse it back round again. No, I'm going to put the faceplate on it again, keep it in the chuck this way. I'm going to start hollowing out, but obviously keep that central core, because I want to go in a certain depth, keeping the wall about an inch and a half thick, just to cove in there all the way around to see how bad that is, because hopefully I haven't got a cave inside there, a huge void. And the whole idea is, because that's the glue is obviously seeping all the way through it, obviously that's done a good job to keep it tight there and there when I've hollowed it. But the idea is, once I've got it hollow, a cove in there, I can then chip away a little bit of glue if necessary when the lay's still, stick a lot of sellotape in there or electrical tape and pour more glue in, and then that's going to stop it dripping through. Fully flood that area, and then the same on the other side as well, and then let that dry, take the tape off, and then take the outside, drip it in from the other side. So this is probably going to be all I'm going to be doing today on this. Just taking about that section to about that deep. Maybe a little bit more if I can get away with it. But yeah, I'm going to set up the tripod properly and see how it goes. I'm going to be standing well out of the way, obviously, because that's going to be spinning that way. If it does come off, it's going to come off away from me. Right, that's as far as I want to go down. Hollowing out, getting the wall done. Tools that I've used for that. So obviously you've got that big noggin in the middle, in the way. So I couldn't use a bowl gouge as such. is the jig, a hoop hollowing jig. This, a hoop scraper, that's at 45 degrees. When you put the bar flat, car bar cutter is at 45 degrees, and then the other way. So it's a little bit less, it still hogs out the material, but it's a little bit smoother. And then just a little bit of touch up with a negative rate scraper. That's like a box chisel that I virtually never used. Came with the old lathe that I had. So, name of the game now is get some electrical tape, clean this up a little bit so the electrical tape sticks better. Tape up all the inside, and then drizzle some more super glue in. There's some hollows where it's just basically dripped through before, so I'm going to do that on that side, also this side. Leave it all bubbled out. I'm not going to try to get it smooth, I'm just going to leave it all bubbled out and raised. And then tomorrow, take all the tape off on the outside, smooth off the outside as much as I can. Not as much as I can. Actually get the outside finished, a finished surface on the outside by remounting it the other way. Once I've done that, tape it up on the outside. You shouldn't need taping up then, to be honest, think about it. I'll still tape up the outside anyway, and then drizzle the glue in from the inside. Probably, to be honest, take it off the chuck, take it off the lathe, keep it on the chuck for doing that, because it's just all going to dribble out and it's not going to go in properly. And then let that dry. I might even, because to be honest I've got a full day that I can work on this. Not that I spend all day working on it, but I've got a full day spare, so I might even use activator for the inside edge. Yeah, I think that's the plan. So I'll tape all that lot up now, flick it over the other way, glue it up, go to bed. I'll see you tomorrow. The different t-shirt on. It's amazing how much rubbish. Before doing this one bowl, this shed was tidy. No chippings at all. It's amazing what comes out of one bowl. But yeah, see you tomorrow.